Hello. Um, I want to give a talk on how to do the shlokas, how to pronounce the shlokas, and all the things that I've discovered just by listening to the pundits over the years. In fact, there were principles that were given to us in our Sanskrit lessons over the years, but none of the uh, professors really understood the relationship between the reality of how Sanskrit is pronounced and those principles. Some they did, but mostly they didn't because they can't. You can't really hear. Most people can't really hear, and they just can't hear sounds. And so that's why I'm doing this thing because it's so pleasurable to be able to pronounce something correctly. You'll be able to hear it yourself, in myself and in others. Um, so the first thing is standard, but I think I'll have some insights into how relaxed that sort of thing should be. But it's the standard layout, and then I'll do longs and shorts or meter, matra it's called. Longs are called hrasva, and shorts are called dirga, and shorts are called hrasva. And longs are two beats, and shorts are or one beat, or one matra, I should say. For example, in the word diphthong, dip is one matra. You know, it might seem odd that I'm using an English word to describe a Sanskrit definition of their own language, of Sanskrit. You know, grammatical term for Sanskrit, phonological term, whatever you call it. But the reality is that there's not that much difference in languages. Diphthong, obviously dip is one beat compared to thong because there's a long ah here. If you spelled it in transliteration, it would have an a with a bar over it, diphthong. And so I'm going to go over longs and shorts, and but especially it'll be reviewed in every example, especially even in the shlokas, which I'll read from a PDF. This is obviously an open office document. So and then I'll do the diphthongs, which are also not heard by most people properly, Westerners, non-Indians. And again, it'll be many, many examples throughout all these 25, 10-minute videos, whatever it is. And then I'll do the anuswara, which is a conventional thing, but, you know, a thing that's not really controversial, but there'll probably be some interesting things I can say about that. I just thought it'd be good. And then you'll see it done in the Visarga. You'll see them done in all the examples and referred to. And then vowel coloring, which is something I seem to understand better, you know, like the word, say, consonant, or not consonant. Let's take a better word. It should be a nice little English word that would, like diphthong. Even if this I was pronounced E in Sanskrit, in English, it would sound more like I just by being followed by a pa, a labial. And the E, the palatal followed by a labial colors, a labial consonant colors the thing. So it would, instead of saying diphthong, it would diphthong. It would, because it would be colored. Because it's a short, it gets colored more. So I'll be talking about those principles of vowel coloring throughout all the examples and, of course, in general in the beginning. And then Sanghita Pata versus Pada Pata. We see vowel coloring here, A and E. But Sanghita Pata means collected reading. Pata means parta, I'm mispronouncing it. Parta means collected reading. And pada pata means word reading. And what we're going to learn here is Sanghita Pata. You can do pata pata occasionally, but meaning that I'm going to read the consonants. I mean, pata pata is a little different, has additional differences with Sangita pata, but it's mainly to read the syllables rather than to read the words, as in pata pata. And you'll see many examples of that. And that's really interesting too. Almost as important to learn this, which is what makes perfect pronunciation, really. It's the biggest obstacle getting longs and shorts. This is the biggest part here. And then, of course, when you read without having memorized it, you have to take your time to get all these principles to work. Okay, so and then finally, I want to do the most famous shlokas that we all love. Is this how you spell it? Shlokas? Uh, Especially the ones that might be mispronounced, commonly, so that we know how to do it. We know how to pronounce them, and so we can have that beautiful sound in our head of the Veda, of the reality at the basis of everything. Maharshi's favorite shlokas, the most prominent ones. The list I have of all the shlokas that are given throughout these videos is maybe 100, 120 shlokas, I don't know. And but the ones that I'm going to read through are about 30 or 40 shlokas that are the famous ones, and they're all fairly short. I mean, they're not huge passages or anything. So that'll be at the end of all the main body, the instruction. First there'll be the instructions, which will be 2 or 3 10-minute videos, and then there'll be all the shlokas going through the whole PDF, and then I've isolated the shlokas for the really famous ones, and kind of mentioned something about how some of them are mispronounced, so that, but I don't say it the wrong way, because I want you to memorize it the right way as a bulwark against all the mispronunciation goes out there. Just go over it and memorize it, and then you can, you'll be shocked the way people mispronounce things once you get it right. So that's that. And then, so the rest is the actual content. So I also wanted to add an outline of what the videos, how they correspond to these subjects. So tongue placement would be in video 2 through 5. So that's 4 videos. I guess it'd be in 4 videos. But that includes the discussion of long and short, matra. And then also the diphthongs is in that as well. And maybe this would be 2 through 4, actually. And then this one, long and short, would be in the video 5. And then the diphthongs is going to be also in there, the discussion of the diphthongs. Anuswara and Visarga, well, they were discussed here, but I'll go over the Anuswara again in video 6. Vowel coloring, I never went a generic discussion on vowel coloring, but it'll be, of course, everywhere discussed. And then Sanghita Partha versus Pada Partha, that would be in videos 7 and 8, formally discussed. I didn't discuss this formally, and so, but in the main body of shlokas in videos 9 through 25, I do illustrate all the above principles. So you'll get all those principles over and over. And the most famous shlokas that we all love will be finally in video 26 and 29. Thank you.